Hi guys, long time no chat. It's me, I'm back. No, I don't know if I'm back. This is very chaotic. I haven't filmed in so long. I feel so out of place, but today I really needed to organize like my bathroom up here. We have been in this house for, it'll be 6 months in August, and I feel like, you know, like when you first move and you just throw things in places and then they slowly kind of find their place. Well, that's how it's been. And now I feel like I'm finally like organizing and going through things after they've been thrown in bins. And I have so much stuff to go through, like makeup and products that I've had since my early YouTube days, which I hate to say that. So I just wanted to chat and do chores. I know Jessica Braun kind of did a video of like chatting and chores. This isn't really a chore, but I just wanted to chat and kind of give you a little bit of life update. And I figured it'd be boring just to sit there and talk. So I wanted to kind of just do and be productive while I do that. So I think without further ado, let's jump into this. This is my cabinet. It's a mess. So I'm going to pull out all these products here and then sit down. And honestly, I might bring you into my office, but I just want to show you kind of what I'm dealing with because it's a crapshoot here. That's a mess. So let me get it all pulled out and then I'll bring it in since this bathroom does not have a lot of space. I'll pull it out and bring it to my office and go through stuff. Oh man, I should get a glass of wine on it. So don't mind the dog bed back here and the mess. This is what I have to go through. I have this big bin here and then I have a bunch of stuff on the floor. So I'm essentially just gonna be organizing while I talk. So I think the last time I chatted with you guys, it was, I don't know the last time I actually sat down and talked. I think my last video, and I can't look because I'm on my phone, but my last video obviously was my the proposal video, which was super short. You know, it didn't have a big glimpse into anything, but it's definitely been over a year since I sat down and talked to you guys. So, hi, it's been a while. How are you guys doing? That's what I want to know. I miss chatting with you guys all up in the comments, and I know I have a lot of familiar faces, and I don't like, I've done like the I'm back video multiple times now, and I know a lot of people get sick of that because they hear yeah you're back and then you leave again, which guilty as charged. Guilty as charged. So my scatterbrain hasn't left, if you can't tell. I guess I just kind of wanted to hop on here and just share, you know, where I'm at, how's it going, what's, you know, life and everything. Said that we moved, and I might pop in a little bit here of, and I might show maybe my invites too, but so I filmed a little bit of content. I think it was probably like March or April now, probably March, when we got like our save the dates, because I wanted to document a little bit of this wedding, and it's a little sad for me because I haven't documented much. And then I look back on all these videos of when I filmed my family trips, just on my own family stuff, and then just like my videos through YouTube from when I was in early high school and then in college, and I was at 2 different colleges, and then up to now, and I feel like you guys have been through so much with me and I have gotten to see so much, and it's just been so crazy to look back on, and I love that I have that because I can actually like go and see my, you know, like there's so many things that you forget about, and I have all these videos from when I was in my dorm room, and then we had the whole lockdown situation in March, and we had to move out, and so we were done with my freshman year pretty much of college then, and it was crazy. So I still want to pick up the camera here and there, even if I'm not actively uploading all the time, which I would love to do. I definitely need to have a side hobby again. I've gotten in the rut of not having a side hobby and just, you know, I've been living in the moment and doing a lot of things, but I feel like I'm kind of in that rut phase where it's like, after this wedding is over, what am I going to do with my life? And I know a lot of people feel that way when you're like working up to something big and then now what? So I don't know. I definitely have been thinking a lot about that. And so I would love to have a second hobby or even a job. I mean, YouTube was, it was my job, but it really was. Like, I didn't make really any money from it. So I don't know. My goal is not to just be like, oh, I'm back and I'm here and I'm filming again, but I do want to catch up with you because I know a lot of you guys are like, hey, like, what's going on with your life? I have YouTubers where I keep up with them and then they don't upload for a year, a couple of years, or they're very sporadic. I'm like, what's going on with your life? Like, you feel like you're friends. So, any hoozles. I got this. This is the best. What has happened since I graduated college over a year ago now? I graduated over a year ago. And for you guys, it was probably just yesterday, because that was probably one of the last 2 videos you watched. I graduated college, I moved back home, and I went right into job searching. And job hunting, fresh out of college, is the most stressful thing in the entire world. And I couldn't find a job for a long time, actually. Not a long time, but it was a couple months. It took me a while, and I thought, hey, you know, I'll start applying, I'll get interviews, I'll get hired. I was let on by a lot of companies. They dropped me at the end. You know, I could go on a whole video on the interviewing process and just trying to find a job out in the corporate world, especially today, because there are some shady things that happen. And just the way that they treat people is not humane. What took me getting the job was actually referral. So, you know, in the end, it's who you know, not what you know. And that is such a true statement, and I've heard that before, but I had a connection, and yeah, I'm in the marketing world, and I like it. It's definitely adjusting to being in college and in school your entire life and doing freelance stuff like YouTube, and then going into like a legit corporate world job is definitely a big change. It takes a long time. I had advice, gave it 9 months. 9 months it at least took, and now I've been there for, it'll be a year this week, actually. I cannot believe it's been a year already. And it's going well. I feel like I'm finally in my groove. So it's good. I'm doing that, and I got engaged then last fall in October. So we were back at our college town, and we were visiting friends. They had an event going on, part of the club that we were part of. So we were part of this club, and so we went back down to visit. They had like guest speaker and stuff, and then we were at our favorite winery down there, and Isaac proposed there, which if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it up in the eye and down below. I think I remember how to do this. We got engaged, and we had to jump right into wedding planning. We wanted to get married. We knew we wanted to get married like within a year. I really liked the fall time. That was always kind of my ideal. So we decided a year engagement, which I think is perfect. If it's anything longer, I feel like anything longer than like a year and a half, I would say. Like if it's like a little bit over a year, that's different. But if it's like anything really past a year, I feel like is almost too much. And some people, like, that works for them, you know, like I'm not here to judge what you do, but you know, for us, it was, we knew we wanted to get married and we didn't want to put it off, but we also didn't want to do 6 months or 9 months and rush it, because I feel like I've been stressed about it, and I'm almost 2 months away now, and I can't believe it's already here, and I can't imagine having a 6-month period, because when you first start, you jump right in and you're trying to get all the big things like the venue and your food and your photographer, like the big things you need to lock down. And it's hard to find stuff, especially if you're like at a year or even a little bit less than a year by the time you really jump into planning. A lot of stuff isn't available. People book so far in advance nowadays. We got all that done before the holidays, so then we were able to relax for the holidays and into January. And I feel like we pretty much took off like December, January, and February of like little to no wedding planning, a few things here and there, but we had our big stuff, and then we had a break. That was awesome, and that's why I recommend having a year, because then you can settle down and just be like, okay, give me a break. So we did that, and actually my number one piece of advice would probably be before you get engaged, if you know you're planning to and you've like talked about it, like I knew Isaac and I were going to. Did I know exactly when? No. By the time it got closer, I had a good feeling it was happening, but I knew we were happening sometime soon. Pretty much since we graduated college, that whole summer, I could have been looking at wedding venues, and I probably should have, because it's so stressful when you go to start looking and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to tour this place and I need to tour that place and I need to know like price, just get pricing estimates to see if they're even in your budget, and then go tour them, or at least have a list and then tour them once you're engaged, but at least have that list in mind, because I was starting from zero, which is weird because I like to plan, you know, and I like to kind of look into these things, but I just jumped right in and had to go from 0 to 100, and it was really stressful trying to lock something down that had an available date. We didn't have a date. We were very open. We knew we wanted September or October, and October's perfect. That's when we're getting married. And you know, you choose Friday or Saturday, because Saturdays are a lot more expensive than Fridays. Even Sunday weddings are cheaper and good options. it's really just like, if you know you're in that stage, do it and just start looking. Just know what's around you and have a general idea of what you're thinking. Unless you don't know, unless you're just kind of waiting for it to happen. So then when we did take our break for our time off, that's when we started house hunting. So after the holidays, we were like, you know, January, we'll just start looking to see what's out there. We didn't really plan to move until early summer or in the summer, or at least buy a house. And I wasn't sure if I would move in or if Isaac was just going to move in or if we both were going to, you know, like we hadn't decided. Well, we looked at houses for 1 week, and by the end of that week, we had found the house, put an offer in, and the offer was accepted. Like literally like a week. It was crazy, and it went so fast, and we didn't plan for it to go that fast. We didn't want to. We loved house hunting, but once we found this house, we just knew it was it, and we were like, why not? Like, why not just do it? We moved in February, and we slowly have been doing changes to the house. This house was pretty much moving. It was like move-in ready. There are some updates we want to do, and we did a lot of painting, and then throughout the summer, we've been working on some yard stuff, but it's been hard. We've had to be on hold just because of wedding, and we don't want to be, you know, strapping ourselves too tight. So we're only 22, so graduated college, getting married, and have a house. So it's a lot to establish yourself when you're young, but you know, I'm really proud of where we are, and I'm really grateful for everything that I do have, and I don't want to ever lose sight of that. So I'm sure you'll be seeing parts of the house eventually when I film some more. I would really like to film some more and sit down. I'm not getting very far, honestly. This entire bin has sat here for 6 months now with it not being touched, which means I'm not really missing these products, which means it's probably time to get rid of. So I want to know how you guys have been. Why is this all wet? Something is leaking. I'm sure you want to hear a little bit about wedding planning. I mean, it's been going good. It's stressful at the very end, you know. I could probably do a whole video, and I might do a video just like my best tips and tricks or what I've learned with wedding planning. Especially now, the audacity of people. That's been my biggest learner. Don't rely on anyone. Money, communication, relationship, anything. Don't rely on anyone. Just my biggest thing is like, the audacity of some people, and I guess the biggest thing I've learned is like people don't understand the privilege of being invited to a wedding and what that entails, and just telling me that you can just bring someone. And I know this is not a surprise to a lot of people who have planned a wedding, and it's probably always been this way, but I'm honestly just more excited. I'm really excited for the day, you know, all this planning to go into a wedding, and Isaac and I are both really excited, but I'm also just, it'll be the biggest breath of fresh air once we're done. Just to be like, okay, we made it. But otherwise, it's been good. You know, I created the save the dates. I've created, we sent out our invites, so everything is on track. Now it's just like the little details, and it's been really fun. Like, look I have this whole bin of makeup brushes that I haven't even touched. And I'm just, you guys, I'm not into makeup like I used to be. My priorities have shifted. I have become that person that whips out my one makeup bag, uses the same products every day, zips her up, gets out the door. So I can share with you an updated makeup routine if you'd like, but I haven't changed a lot with that. Still trying to figure out what's spilled. And I've also thought like where I'd want my direction of my channel to go. If I were to come back on YouTube, it would probably be a variety of things. Maybe some vlogs, maybe some lifestyle, you know. I don't know, I guess it would just be kind of a big variety. I know I've mentioned this a couple times in the past, but I have gotten into more health, like hormones and, you know, our women's cycles and how products affect that. And so I've started to become passionate on it. And so maybe I would talk more about that. Like, I really have stopped buying all these cosmetic products like drugstore makeup because of the ingredients that they put in them. Not because like I love the price, absolutely, but I've tried to prioritize my body and understand that my skin is literally like the barrier and like the largest organ in the body that sinks in everything. And my faith has been a really big priority lately. And this is Gunner. Gunner, look up. Hi to the viewers. Say hi, this is Gunner. So, I forgot to tell the Gunner story. We weren't looking for a dog, but I just remember like you know, like you talk about it like, oh, we can get a dog, da, da, da. And we were like, no, like we were both at our parents' house at that point. We had just gotten engaged. And I was like, you know what? Like Isaac was sending me pictures of dogs to adopt. And I was like, no, like we're not doing this. But I was like, you know what? If something lands in our lap, or if we're feeling called in a certain way, then maybe. The next day, Isaac's parents' neighbor, who happens to work at a vet, said, I have this dog that my friend's mom can't take care of her, you know, something along those lines, and you know, would either of you been interested? And of course Isaac's mom's like, well, I don't really want another dog, but Isaac might. And so of course they brought Gunner over as a puppy, and yeah, so it happened literally the next day, and then he became ours, and he lived with Isaac and his parents until we moved in. He's a full standard poodle. He's actually pretty small for a poodle. He's a male, which we never thought we would get a male dog, but here we are. Never thought I'd have a poodle, but here we are. He is the most attached, lovey dog, but has the most amount of energy ever. Where's Kitty Kitty? Where's Millie? Where's Kitty Kitty? And for those of you that are concerned, yes, we still have Millie. She is not a fan of Gunner. Mostly because Gunner just wants to chase her. So she pretty much just hides all day, but she's still got a little spark in her. My faith has really strengthened. We found a church locally that has made a huge difference to us. And, you know, it's been really awesome just to kind of have that. I haven't had like a community church in a long time. You know, I grew up with one, and then we went to a bigger church where you don't just like know your pastor, and Isaac grew up with that, and he wanted that, and so we finally found one that had a good combination for us, and it's just really been awesome. This is what Emma had for her graduation party in high school. So thanks for coming. They were these homemade chapsticks. They were really nice. These ones are like the lemon citronelli smell, but since these are natural and they are like 4.5 years old, I think I'm gonna throw them. Sorry, Emma. And yeah, Emma's my maid of honor. I kind of forget that you guys don't know this. So Emma is my maid of honor. And then I have Risa from college. She was in some of my videos. And then Ashlyn from college, who was my dorm roommate. And then Savannah and Hallie, which I think you guys have probably met all of them. So they are so I have 5 bridesmaids, including Emma, my maid of honor. And then we have Isaac's 2 sisters and my brother are ushers, and as well as 2 more friends. So technically we have 5, so we technically have 15, a party of 15, but it's really only 10 plus the 2 of us, not including the usher. You know, like the actual party is only 5 and 5, and then us 2. So it's a good number. I really like it. I think it's kind of worked out. I didn't want it to be too big of a number, you know what I mean? I do have a drawer for travel items, so I'll do that. So my white Alex drawer unit is in my closet. So in our bathroom, I can show you too in a little bit here. In our bathroom, we have like the biggest closet in the entire house is in our bathroom upstairs. And then we have like the one that you open up that I was showing you where this storage bin was in, but we also have an actual like walk-in closet in there. Walk-in to an extent. And that's where my white Alex drawer unit is, and we use that for like my toothbrush, my makeup, my hair stuff, my travel stuff, Isaac stuff. So we have like everything in there, which has been pretty awesome. So, but as you guys know, I'm of course still into my true crime stuff. I would love to, you know, like lean into that and make videos, like true crime videos, but I just feel like with the amount of research and time that goes into it that I just don't really have, just because of work and right now wedding, but after the wedding, I don't know, I just feel like that it would just not do it justice compared to a lot of people that do true crime, and so I don't know if that would be great for me to do. So I would talk about it, like I would love to talk about it because I have a lot of thoughts on it and just the way that it's viewed in today's world, you know, like obviously some people have an issue with true crime just because they think it's, you know, sensationalizing things, which I could see that to an extent, but I also don't really see it because I think it can be portrayed in the wrong way, but it also can be portrayed in a good way too. Let me wrap up here, and then I'll come back and wrap up this video. Look at this Millie Jean. Say hi, people. See, I'm still here. I was just hissing at Gunner. See, I'm getting a little chunky. Just a little. You know, you can run all you want, but I know you like the attention. Right, kitty kitty? Look at that tail move. You're telling me that that's a mad kitty. You're not mad. I also grabbed wine. Not bad. I've got a whole bag of trash, which has been awesome. And I do have, so I've had like my, in here, I won't go through this right now, but let me know if you want to see a video of like maybe bridesmaid proposal gifts. Well, bridesmaid just like gifts for like either bachelorette party or like day of, like, you know how you guys or brides will give gifts to their bridesmaids. So let me know, because I did order a few things. Bridesmaids, you cannot watch this video, so if I start talking about this, don't ruin it. But I also have a bunch of stuff in here that is like a bridal emergency kit, essentially. So I have different things in there for everybody. So honestly, like flossers, tweezers, Band-Aids, bobby pins, Excedrin, Advil, you know, like different things like that. So I've been slowly, and when I find things in my collection that I'm like, they're travel or I haven't used them in a while and I want to use them, I've been throwing it in here. Like if we have to do a quick touch up and I need to like clean a brush really quick. Just a ton of different things. Just deodorant wipes. I mean, you can use these for your hands too. Just any wipes, safety pins, you know. So I have a bunch of stuff, and I have a list of some more things I want to get. So let me know if you'd like to see that. But do you want to see the final look of that? I can show you it. So this is what I was talking about with the bathroom. This big closet in here. It's a mess, so I wouldn't look too deeply in it, but this is like my drawer unit in there. And then don't look up there. Haven't done up here yet, because this is, we don't look up there. But look, so much better than it was. All organized, got rid of a bunch of stuff. So much better. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below how you guys are doing. If you have any questions or anything, I'd love to do a Q&A, or just kind of chat even more. I know I touched on different things, but I really want to like sit down and actually talk with you guys. So if you do have more that you would want to know, hear about, if there's any wedding videos specifically that you want to see, I have a few in mind, but let me know. It was so good to chat with you, and I promise I will see you again soon. I won't let it go that long. I can't promise when, but if I have some responses of content that you guys are really looking forward to or really want me to see, especially around the wedding, I'd really like to film a few more wedding pieces. So I think that is all. I'm gonna go drink my wine and edit this video and just kind of relax for the night and have a nice Sunday night in. So I love you guys so much, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.